Well, meantime, a crucial witness in the impeachment inquiry testifies President Trump did not explicitly order him to impose a quid pro quo situation on Ukraine. One America's Marty Golingan has more on the testimony of Gordon Sondland.
Everyone was in the loop.
EU Ambassador Gordon Sondland says all senior Trump administration officials knew about the anti-corruption efforts in Ukraine. During his public hearing, Sondland testified that he and the Ukraine diplomats did not think they were doing anything wrong, and there was no so-called shadow foreign policy.
Precisely because we did not think that we were engaging in improper behavior, we made every effort to ensure that the relevant decision makers at the National Security Council and the State Department knew the important details of our efforts. The suggestion that we were engaged in some irregular or rogue diplomacy is absolutely false. I have now identified certain State Department emails and messages that provide contemporaneous support for my view. These emails show that the leadership of the State Department, the National Security Council, and the White House were all informed about the Ukraine efforts from May 23, 2019 until the security aid was released on September 11, 2019.
Sondland said at the time he did not think Burisma and the Bidens were connected, corroborating Special Envoy Kurt Volker's statement from Tuesday's testimony. The ambassador also said the president never mentioned the Bidens, only Burisma. Sondland also added he never heard from President Trump that U.S. military aid was conditioned on public announcements of investigations.
But I believe I just asked him an open-ended question, Mr. Chairman. What do you want from Ukraine? I keep hearing all these different ideas and theories and this and that. What do you want? And it was a very short, abrupt conversation. He was not in a good mood. And he just said, I want nothing. I want nothing. I want no quid pro quo. Tell Zelensky to do the right thing. Something to that effect.
At cross-examination, Congressman Jim Jordan pointed out that no conditions were met and the Ukrainians still got what they wanted.
When the chairman asked you about the security assistance dollars, you said there needed to be a public announcement from Zelensky. So I'm asking you a simple question. When did that happen?
Never did.
Never did. They got the call July 25th. They got the meeting, not in the White House, but in New York on September 25th. They got the money on September 11th. When did the meeting happen again? Never did. You don't know who was in the meeting?
Which meeting are you referring to?
The meeting that never happened. Who was in it? You know how Zelensky announced it? Did he tweet it? Did he do a press statement? Did he do a press conference? You know how that happened? I mean, you got all three of them wrong. They get the call, they get the meeting, they get the money. It's not 2 + 2, it's 0 for 3.
And Republican Mike Turner focused on the no quid pro quo statement as Sondland's personal opinion.
No one on this planet told you that President Trump was tying aid to investigations, yes or no?
Yes.
So, you really have no testimony today that ties President Trump to a scheme to withhold aid from Ukraine in exchange for these investigations.
Other than my own presumption.
Which is nothing.
Upon listening to the testimony, President Trump tweeted, "The impeachment witch hunt is now over." He added it must end now, and that the proceedings are bad for our country. Marty Golingan, One America News.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube. And call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.